Recording. Okay, so as the name suggests, automatic storage and retrieval system, right? I want to store it and I want to retrieve it. So this system will do just the same for me. It will automatically store it and retrieve it. How? You see, I'll explain this, but before that, let us go to the next slide. This one. You see, in large manufacturing industry, volume of items and components are large, right? That's a practical problem. It becomes extremely unreliable and time consuming to use manual storage and retrieval system. Now we're trying to understand why we are going for automatic storage and retrieval, because of the volume of items involved and the size of them, right? And there are too many components. So that is why it is unreliable and time consuming to be able to identify which part is where, and to be able to retrieve it and give it to either the workstation or send it out for shipment, right? It becomes very difficult. Manual storage and retrieval systems, that's the problem with them. So therefore, in such cases, it is advisable to use the automated storage and retrieval systems. Okay. So what's the definition? A combination of equipment and controls which handles, stores, and retrieves materials with precision, accuracy, and speed under a defined degree of automation. Isn't it? The responsibility is to handle, store, and retrieve the material, right? When they are handling it, basically taking it from some department, storing it, okay, in the storage system, and then retrieving it as and when required, right? So they do it with precision, accuracy, and speed. Okay, that's what is important. We want to have precision, that is, for every time I want to have the same kind of output. Okay, that's precision, right? That's what precision means. Accuracy, I want you to retrieve accurate products, right? Don't want you to pick X component when I ask for Y. So, and speed, want you to do it with speed. So that's what this does. Automatic storage and retrieval systems. What are the basic set of operations? Removal of an item from a storage location, okay, transportation of this item into a specific processing or interface point, and then storage of an item in a predetermined location, having received an item from a processing or interface point. As I told you, right, they will take it from some department. So that is an interface point. Like, for example, they're taking it from inspection. After inspection, you're taking that part, you're handling it. Now you will take it to your storage location. Okay, the storage location, you will have some other machine. That is what is called storage retrieval machine, okay, SR machine. That is responsible for storing it in the storage area. And as and when required, I want you to retrieve it. So these are the basic set of operations, and they are done without human intervention, right? That's what's important. Okay. So now you see components. What are the main components of the system? You have a storage rack, have to have a storage rack or storage structure, right? And transport devices, which includes your AGVs, right? That is why I told you they are linked. Automated guided vehicles and conveyors, right? Those are the transport devices. Pickup and delivery, as I told you, a station, that pickup and delivery station has to be there, so that you can have the interface between storage and that AGV. Storage and retrieval machines, right? That machine I told you, SR machine, and computer control system. I will show you that here. You see, this is your pickup and deposit station, pick and deposit. Okay, the AGV will come and it will place it here. That's why it is called pick and deposit station. And this red color, as you can see, is your SR machine. Okay, storage retrieval machine. This machine will go to all the other racks. Okay, it will move up and down, it will move left and right. That's why it is called storage and retrieval machine. And storage structure, as you can see, you have to have that structure, right? Built of beams and columns. That's what storage structure means. Storage module, basically where you're storing it. Palletized loads. Okay. That's what is there. And if you want to have a detailed one, you see here, that was just one setup, right? Like this. So there was only one aisle, okay, AISLE aisle. And here you have many aisles. So each aisle is having one storage retrieval machine, or you call stacker machine also. And you have these storage racks, right? To store the materials, to store the loads basically. right? Clearance for pickup and deposit area, right? So this is your total automated storage and retrieval system. Okay, I believe we'll have a video first, okay, so that you can understand, and then I'll ask you for if you have any doubts. Okay, now you see you'll have that. Let me rewind a bit. Okay, so the AGV will take the load and it will transfer it here. Okay, now this is where the storage part starts. So it has to be stored, right? That blue one is you're seeing. You see how it is stored. Okay, I did not press share sound, I guess. Let me press share sound. Okay.
The system integrate with a complete SSI Schaefer offering. The system for the end customer has a return of 1 year.
You want me to show that again, or was it clear how it is, how that storage retrieval machine is able to store that?
Has a return of 1 year.
You see, that is your storage retrieval machine. Okay, SR machine is what we are calling it. This is called a shuttle. Okay, this is called a shuttle. This shuttle will take the load in and then it will come back. It'll push place it down. Okay, and then it will come back. That's a shuttle. Okay, to move in and out. And then this SR machine will go to the next storage rack wherever it has to pick. Okay, it will pick another unit load and then it will take it to the pick and deposit station. You observe. You see, that is the part which it has picked. So this is to be sent to either shipment or any other workstation, etc. Okay, so that's what that storage retrieval machine does. It stores it and it retrieves it. That's as simple as that. Okay, and within this you have categories, like what type of ASRS system it is. Okay, is this clear, the video? Okay, you see, didn't we saw all those things? You have a storage rack or storage structure. Okay, transport devices, that is your AGV, conveyors, right? Pickup and delivery stations, storage and retrieval machines, SR machine, and computer control system. That is what controls the operation of all of these. Okay, those are your main components. Okay, this is what your system looks like. And now the different components we are going to define what they do. Storage rack basically contains several rows of storage racks for storing the material items, right? As simple. And they can be as tall as 30 meters. We saw, right? How tall were they? So that's a typical system, as tall as 30 meters than that of the conventional storage and retrieval systems. Okay, those are small, conventional ones. So can be as tall as 30 meters. So that's your storage rack or storage structure where you're going to store it. Transport devices where the storage structure where the material or items are stored is linked to the shop floor by transport devices, right? So that's what AGV, right? We saw how that AGV is linked between a workstation and then back to the storage. So it is to be handled by these transport devices. What are those? Automated guided vehicles or conveyors. Okay, if you're using conveyors. Incoming material items are first sorted and loaded to pallets. Loaded pallets are then passed through weighing and sizing stations to ensure that they are within the load and size limits, isn't it? Because to be able to store it at a particular place, you have to scan it, right? What size is it? Can we place it in some particular rack? So you have some racks which are bigger, some racks which are smaller. So all of that has to be done also. Pickup and delivery, as the name suggests, input and output stations, isn't it? Basically to pick up and to deliver. So input and output stations are also, they are called even input and output stations. Pallets are transported by the automated guided vehicles or conveyors are received at P&D, isn't it? Details of the pallet contents are communicated to the central computer, right? What pallet number is it? You'll have that barcode system. It will scan so that we know what pallet is in what rack, right? So that central computer will handle it. Central computer assigns the storage location in storage racks to the pallet, right? And storage and retrieval machine, SR machine, right? We saw pallet is moved between pickup and delivery station to the storage rack by storage and retrieval cranes. Whenever there is a request for the item to the central computer, computer searches its memory for the storage location. Because I told you, right, we have now, the computer now knows where that particular item is. So whenever we are asking for that particular item, it will search among that database that it has, central computer. And then it will direct the storage and retrieval machine, SR machine, to go to that particular rack, take that unit load with the help of that shuttle, right? And then come back to the pickup and delivery station. Okay, so that it can be sent wherever it is required to be sent. As we saw, it is capable of both horizontal and vertical movement, isn't it? It is able to move horizontally, right, and vertically. So that's what we mean by horizontal and vertical movement. And the rail system along the floor guides the machine, and a parallel rail at the top up to 30 meters of the storage structure is used to maintain its alignment. And that was also seen in the video, right? I will show you here also. You see that rail system, it is there at the bottom also, and this one also here with the vertical ones, and another one at the top, right? So that is what that SR machine is able to go to the different racks. Okay. And computer control systems basic functions to control the operation of the system, to store the material movement and inventory data, right? So it should be able to control the system, give out the instructions to the SR machine, to the even the recording of the data, right? So that storing the material movement and inventory data is done by the computer control system. Is it clear? What are the 5 ASRS components? Clear, right? Because the name itself suggests what they would do. Now you see objectives. Why do we want to install? You want to increase the storage capacity or stock rotation, right? When you have more of parts coming in and going out, you have to have this stock rotation, right? So that is increased. Floor space, you are utilizing the maximum floor space, right? Because we are piling them up vertically also. So that is maximization of floor space. Customer service is improved because you are able to provide the work parts as and when required, either to the workstations or to delivery, right? That they are to be sent to some other factory or customer, etc. Okay. And control over inventories, ensuring safety in storage function, right? They are safe in that storage function. So that, even because manual handling is not involved, increasing labor productivity, labor cost also, right? because once you have installed, yes, it requires higher initial investment, but the upfront cost will be minimized. Pilferage and improving security also. Pilferage will also be reduced, right? Basically, opening up of that pallet, etc. Because if it is done manually, then you will have that kind of errors, that it will be damaged. Pilferage will happen, and security therefore is improved. So those are the objectives. Okay. Now types. These are the 5 types. Okay, in ASRS. So first one is unit load ASRS. As I told you, if it is to be sent as a one unit, okay, several cartons are placed, they'll be wrapped up. Okay, that's what you call a unit load. So if you're handling unit loads, then it is called a unit load ASRS. Mini load, this is kind of what you call a lesser load. Okay, like for example 200 kgs or etc. So depends on the load types that you're handling. So if it is a very small kind of container, relatively smaller than unit load, then that is mini load ASRS. Okay, I do have the explanations of them. You see, standard size containers, okay, computer control, okay, automated and designed to handle the unit load container. SR machines are designed to handle that unit loads. They'll be so designed. The size and dimensions will be designed. Mechanical clamp mechanism, okay, to hold that unit load. And it could be even not just mechanical, vacuum or magnet based also, okay, to be able to hold that unit load. And generally 200 kgs per unit. If it is less than 200 kgs per unit, then you call it mini load. Okay, so small loads and limited space availability whenever you have, so you'll have this small system in place, and it is generally enclosed, okay, for security of items stored. So that's your unit load system, not very what do you call, different from what we saw in the video. Okay, when it comes to mini load, right, those bins, instead of having unit loads, bigger unit loads, you'll have these smaller bins. That's why we are calling it mini load ASRS. When it comes to person on board ASRS, you see, very clear, right? A person will ride on that SR machine so that he can pick or place whichever thing that he wants. He'll have that, he'll take it from the pickup and delivery station, and then he will either store it or take it so that he can deliver it at the pickup and delivery station. Okay, that is person on board ASRS. Deep lane, you have these very deep lines. Okay, so it goes, you see here, I've kept that diagram. You see, this is the SR machine, and see how deep that goes. If he comes here and he wants to place it there, that shuttle will move all the way up to there. Okay, or this. So if you want to have it in the middle, either this SR machine can place it or this SR machine can place it. So basically you have deep lanes. So that's where you have deep lane ASRS. Okay, but this is basically for a very big setup. Okay, a very big logistic facility or very big manufacturing setup. You will have these deep lane ASRS. And the last one is automated item retrieval system. This is basically, if you want to understand it, if you have seen a candy vending machine, how it vends out candies, this is basically same type of system. So that you'll have that what do you call, pusher mechanism at the back, okay, which will push that unit load, okay, so that it can drop onto the SR machine, and then you'll take it to the pickup and delivery station. So this is for small product cartons or individual items, for small items, okay, not very big work parts, small items, maybe spare parts. You can use it for spare parts, and they stored in lanes. Okay, rather than bins or drawers, you have lanes in place. So this all description is basically for the candy vending machine, so that it takes that pusher mechanism to push that load onto the SR machine. Okay, and then they are replenished as and when they are over. Okay, they're filled again. That's what you mean by replenish. It's already 2 p.m. I believe I've taken all of the attendance. The last one. Okay then. If you don't have any doubts, then we can end the class. Okay. Okay then. Thank you.